Hey YouTube, Doug Wallman. I'm here today to share a dream I had, and the question is, can AI replicate the image I had in my dream? I'm not getting too much into like the meaning of the dream, although I did ask a little bit about that too. Um, Let us see. I had notes here, believe it or not. So I started off with a couple descriptions, and I may have slightly changed them, but here's a description I started with. Let me get my feet situated under me. Um, Actually, I'm going to read the scene that applied to the image that got produced. I just said, ordinary neighborhood. There are two subjects posing in an upright position in the far right of the frame, that being two beige antique horses facing each other that rock only because of a spring harness. No curvy rocking mechanism underneath them. They are more majestic than the neighborhood. Granted, they are toys. A large geyser water fountain is directly in between them and springing up. So let me put myself in that scene right now as a backdrop to show you a little bit of what the AI generated for me, and then later on I'll get rid of myself so I won't be in the frame, or at least not as much in the frame. Let me start with, now this is one, this is more like one of my first attempts. It has more details, but it didn't really produce anything better because of it being a longer description. The scene is an ordinary neighborhood in a small town. The subject, two beige antique, is it beige? Beige antique toy spring rocking horses are facing each other. Absolutely no curvy rocking mechanism, just springs for rocking motion. Horses are way off to the right and at a far distance, posing in an upright position. In between these antique horses are two large fountains of water springing up into the air like a geyser. There is only a small, tiny hint of Christmas. The horses are off to the right at a far distance. That's what I wanted, but I wouldn't listen to that. This was actually a dream. Okay, I added this part later when I was talking to AI as a dream interpretation thing. But that's the only description I gave for creating the art for it, or the image. This was actually a dream. Are you able and will you offer any dream interpretation for this scene? Furthermore, I believe I was witnessing this as a YouTube video within my dream. That aspect of the realness was so real that I did look in my YouTube history to try and verify that I hadn't, in fact, observed such a scene. I remember not expecting such a scene within the video, and in fact, the video referenced other incidents of water springing up, but this is the only scene I remember, and for sure it stuck out the most. It's almost like in my dream I was watching a video about water geysers in unexpected places, and I think I remember seeing within my dream like these two antique toy rocking horses, like the kind that I showed at my grandma's house briefly, but except there was two of them. I was out in an open neighborhood, maybe like a middle class neighborhood, not run down or anything, but it wasn't like extreme high class neighborhood. But there's like these two toy rocking horses facing each other, off to the distance and off to the right, off to the distance and off to the right of the frame within my dream. And it wasn't like totally surreal. It seemed like a real image, but I think I was kind of observing it on YouTube, but kind of there too, if that's possible to have both of those scenarios exist at the same time. But mostly I think I was observing it in a video in my dream. And I actually had to look back, like I said, did I actually see this? Did I dream this, or did I see this in a video? And as far as I can tell, I did see I observed some scenes with water, but I didn't observe this particular scene. As far as I'm aware of, this is in my dream. And there was this geyser, this fountain of water springing up between the two horses that were facing each other. And I could not get AI to make it like those antique horses from the 1970s. I tried different wordings and configurations, but it would not do that. And I even tried uploading an image into AI as a reference image, and it still wouldn't do it. Maybe I could try harder, but I thought this scene here, although it's not really accurate to my dream, and I'm going to say it's close enough because, I mean, what do you expect from AI at this point? It does generate, a semi-realistic looking scene. I mean, I think you can tell it's AI if you look close enough. And I could have went with more of a surreal, artsy look, but the reason I didn't is that's not what I seen in my dream. Because after all, I was seeing it kind of like as a YouTube video, so I think that made it so it had some elements of like just some casual rookie type YouTube person kind of showing what they were seeing in their neighborhood. It seems like kind of what it was. But at the same time, it's like I was the person in the dream observing this in real life too. But maybe mostly a video, not really sure. But anyway, let's cut myself out of the frame entirely so you can observe what I've seen. And then I also went to Luma, I think it's called Luma, and I had that AI generate a video, but I didn't think that one turned out quite as impressive. It was still pretty good though. I'll show that here. And that's about it. It did offer, Meta AI offered some dream interpretation stuff. Maybe I'll share just a tinge of that. Antique toy spring rocking horses. These horses may represent nostalgia, childhood memories, or desire for simplicity. The fact that they're facing each other could indicate a real need for balance, harmony, or self-reflection. Springs instead of a rocking mechanism. Springs often symbolize energy, resilience, or new beginnings. This could suggest that you're seeking a fresh start or a boost of energy in your life. Fountains of water typically represent emotions, intuition, or spiritual growth. And it goes on and on about stuff. I won't get into that too much, but actually I'm more interested in, people explanations or people offering their interpretations of what this image would mean to you. Granted, it's not an exact replication of what I've seen in my dream. I mean, if I want it to be really fussy, it's kind of not at all. Except, yeah, there is a basic truth to this image representing. I mean, kind of contradicting myself, but generally, like super generic wise, it does cover the basic idea of what I've seen in my dream. But for some reason, it's kind of important to me that the horses are a little bit off to the side, to the right, and that they would be more like the toy rocking horse that I rode as a child in my grandma's house. And these don't look like that. But they are a little more majestic, and they do actually make a little more sense, maybe a little more sense, being set up as they are. Now, I did look real briefly. There are fountains that have like the grand image of horses, maybe almost like Rome or something like that. But yeah, I just want to make a quick video. Didn't want to make anything too long. What do you think of my dream? What do you think of AI trying to generate something that you've seen in your dream? You want to give that a try. If you've seen something in your dream, you think you'd want to, give AI a shot. Now, I use Photoshop for the image because it has its own. And I got to see plenty of images before I chose this one. Maybe I'll include like up to 3 alternate images I could have chose, but I actually like this one the best. So we'll do that next, and then we'll just close out the video. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.